back to Liam's Carnivorous Plant Corner. Today I'm going to be making a Pinguicula or Butterwort terrarium using these following materials. There'll be a slide on your screen. If you want to try to make one of them yourselves, keep in mind that I'm not an expert at making terrariums. This is kind of my first, and I just thought it would be fun since I have a lot of doubles of Pinguiculas. See how they do in here. If you don't have a grow tent or anything with, I'd say above 70% humidity at all times, I'd suggest getting a jar with a closed top and misting it whenever it just gets dry with a spray bottle. Anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to be using, since there's no drainage holes, leca or leca pebbles as a drainage kind of solution. I would say that's enough. If you do have it, this would also improve your setup. If you have like some mesh made out of plastic that you could put around in a circle, cut it out to a circle pattern or whatever your glass container is, that would also kind of help out. So after that, I'll be using peat moss and some perlite to kind of make the substrate. So here's some pre-moistened peat moss that I'll be adding. I'm also going to be using as a little centerpiece this really cool type of stone that's called dragon stone. It's usually found in like pet stores or any of those aquarium stores, but they're also really cool for terrariums. So I got one of these and we'll see what we can do. So I'm also going to have it kind of coming out of the terrarium since it doesn't have a top. I think I'll put it there. Now I'll just continue adding my peat moss around it. There's some perlite just to add a little bit more drainage. And I'll just kind of mix that out throughout all of the peat moss. Maybe just a little bit here at the back. I also have some fir bark just to add some different looks needed. And I'll have no perlite at the top, just for looks. I'm gonna try to make it like lower down in the front and higher in the back. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm going to plant some Pinguicula in the holes in the stone. As you see, I'm trying to make like kind of a little spiral up here. I think it looks good. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now I'm going to clean this up a little bit and spray it down. So in the next shot, you'll see it looks a lot nicer. Okay, welcome back. So I've kind of cleaned it up a little bit and kind of flattened the soil just a little bit. One of my tips is if there's any dirt or any medium on the glass, just kind of spray it with a spray bottle and it'll get back down. So now it's time for the planting and decorating type of the terrarium. So these are the plants I'm going to choose from. I'm not going to use them all because that's way too many. And most of these I'll be using the smaller little plantlets to the side of. And I also got a little bit of sphagnum and Utricularia biscomata because they grow in every pot. So I found some in my banana pot and I just ripped it out so we can put them in here. And I also got a couple rocks and just a little tip. If you're going to use any rocks or any natural type of things, soak it in boiling water for a little bit. So any of that stuff is just off it. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to start with planting these guys here. I'm also going to use a little bit of sphagnum moss, just dried, into these little crevices so they're plantable and you can put plants in there. Put a little bit of lime sphagnum in that one. And then the last little bit of butterwort I'll put down here in the front. So now I'm going to split the sphagnum up into pieces so we can plant them wherever it looks nice. I think I'm going to plant some of it here at the back because it'll look nice as it kind of grows down. And of course, if it's ever kind of overpowering the plants, just you can snip it back and cultivate it. And you just have endless sphagnum moss. I probably won't be using this, but we'll see. First plant I'm going to be using, let's go with this fellow here. This is one of my two Pinguicula sethos. And we can always take leaf cuttings of these and plant them anymore. So I'm going to just lift it out of its soil and plant it. Just letting you know, Pinguiculas have very delicate, small root systems. Like that's it, you can see. So be careful with them. Also, you don't need super deep soil since they don't have a very big root system. I think I'll be planting this little guy right here, this section of here. So I'll be making just a little hole right here for the root system. If you have tweezers, that would be good too. I don't have any with me right now, so that's okay. And then I'll kind of just push the media back under, like that. Might be covering a bit of the Utricularia, that's okay. Let's plant one up here. That's cool. I think I'm going to take this off and put that somewhere else so I can put something here. Let's go with this tiny little Morinensis here. I took it out of this pot. It has like 2 roots because it's very small. Those small little Morinensis. Let's put them here. Kind of start out with the smaller plants up here because I don't want to, it's really hard to put big plants up here. Okay, so the root's in the sphagnum, so it has a little bit to grow in now. Let's go with another little small guy. Actually, no, let's put these rocks so it gives it a little bit of character. Let's put this one here. This looks nice here. Yeah, I think that looks good. Let's put another one a smaller one. So, let's pick our next plant. I think we can put maybe 4 in here. I think that's the max, and not including the utricularia and the sphagnum. Let's go with one of my tiny little Lauianas. So I'll be taking the smaller guy off to the side, out of here. Oh, this one seems to have a larger root system. There we go. Oh, and I came with an even smaller little guy. We'll be putting him in too. The little guy actually could go into one of the little crevices up top. Let's put him up there. That's cool. So I'll just take a tiny bit of sphagnum, put it in that hole, and then put our tiny, really, really tiny little Lauiana in there. Oh, that's a little strong. Alright, so now we have 2 things up there, and we'll put our little smaller Lauiana down here in the front. So there's our bigger Lauiana down in the front. There we go. And let's see, do we have any more room? I think we could put one more down there. If we move this rock over here, we could put one right there. So let's pick one. Let's put this guy, Pinguicula primuliflora, in there, because I have 2 of those too, and I think it looks quite nice, different to the other ones. So let's get this guy out of his pot. Oh wow, this guy has quite a large root system for Pinguicula. Here. Anyways, we'll put him down here. And I kept most of his peat around his root zone. So, there we go. I think that looks pretty nice. And they'll all spread out. They all look a little rough right now, but that's kind of how they look. Since there's nothing here in the back, I guess I'll put some sphagnum in there. So now we have a little bit of sphagnum in the back. And thank you for watching. Before the end of the video, I'll show you some nice pictures of it, all cleaned up. But I hope you learned something. If you have any tips that I could do better, please tell me in the comments, since I have no clue what I'm doing, and I just thought this would be fun. Anyways, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.